So, in this class today, we will have a discussion about a new subject known as industrial management and entrepreneurship. Okay, as we know very well, in our previous classes, we dealt with advanced manufacturing subject. So, since the entire subject is being covered for the last 1.5 month, now I'm privileged to undertake video lessons on another subject called industrial management and entrepreneurship. So, in this subject, as the name itself indicates, that there will be three terms in this subject name: industry, that is industrial management, management is the second term, and entrepreneurship. Okay, so like this, how an industrial management can be carried out, and entrepreneurship is altogether a different aspect that will be dealt in coming classes. Okay, so coming back to our industrial management, so let us see how these industries are being managed, what are the various processes involved in managing the industries, what are those various what we called the technical terms involved in the industrial management and entrepreneurship. So, in this subject, we have first chapter called principles and functions of management. Principles and functions of management. So, if you take any management of an industry, they should have some principles to follow, and management has to execute some functions. Then only the industry will run smoothly. So, what are those functions and what are those principles? Let us see one by one. Okay. So, now coming back to the principles and functions of management. So, we will see, first of all, we need to know the basic definition of what is industry. As I told you earlier, this entire subject is being dependent on industry, as the subject titled industrial management and entrepreneurship. So, definitely we need to know the definition of industry. So, industry refers to the business activity. Industry refers to the business activity. So, where It is a place where all the resources, all the resources here means men, comma materials, comma machines, and finally money, and also management. All these four resources are gathered and processed. Finally, they will be produced into finished goods or products. Finished goods or products. So, with this explanation, come to an understanding that industry is a business activity. Basically, industry is a business activity, and it is also defined as a place where all the resources like men, where all the resources like men, materials, and machinery, finally money, all these are, and also management, all these four resources are gathered, and these four resources are processed and thereby producing a finished component. So this is the basic definition of industry. Okay. Again, in this chapter of principles of management, we also have some technical terms like commerce. What is the meaning of commerce? So commerce is nothing but mainly it involves with the distribution of goods. Commerce mainly involves with the distribution of goods. So it is an organized system. Commerce is an organized system for the exchange of goods between the members of the industrial world. So between the members of the industrial world means between any two factories we have to exchange the products. We have to exchange the products. Okay. So if we exchange the products between the industrial world, between the members of the industrial world, members may be five industries, 10 industries, or 100 industries. So among these industrial world, if you are able to exchange the products in a well organized manner, that is known as commerce. So in another words, commerce is an organized system. Commerce is an organized system for the exchange of goods between the members of the industrial world. Okay. So this is the basic definition of commerce. Also, we have one more technical term in this chapter of principles and functions of management, that is known as trade. Okay. So trade is nothing but it is a important part of commerce. Trade is nothing but the important part of commerce. Trade refers to the sales, transfer or exchange of goods. Okay. Again, if you take the trade as a unit, in this unit we have different types of trades. Okay. And these types are broadly classified into two categories: internal trade or foreign trade. Again, in internal trade, you will have two subcategories. First one is wholesale trade, second one is retail. Again, in internal trade, first one is wholesale trade, second one is retail trade. Again, if you go for the foreign trade, or you can say it as an international trade, there also you will find two subdivisions. First one is export trade, second one is import trade. Like this, trade has having its own importance in the chapter called principles and functions of management. Okay, these are the main three technical terms that are involved in the chapter principles and functions of management. Those terms are those terms are industry, trade and commerce. Okay. Again, before going ahead with this in-depth coverage of the chapter, we need to know the again one more term that is known as management. So, in our subject itself, subject name itself, it is industrial management and entrepreneurship. So, definitely we should know what is management. So, management is defined as the art of getting work done efficiently and effectively through and by the people with satisfaction for employer, employees and for the public. So, I repeat, the concept of management is the art of getting the work done by the people. People here means whoever the workers who are working in the industry or technicians working in the industry. So, from them you have to extract the work. So, that is the main function of management. So, in which way they have to extract the work? They are getting the work efficiently and effectively. So, here we come across two words: efficiently and effectively. Efficiently means, suppose if a technician is there, is capable of doing 500 components per day, but the target given for him is only 400 as per the records of the industry per day, as per the limit allowed for the day. But that particular technician can produce the components 500 components, which is more than the given demand. So his efficiency is more than the given demand. So you have to utilize his efficiency. That means 100 more products he can produce within the stipulated 8 hours of his work. That way you have to utilize his efficiency and effectively. Effectively in the sense, so you can produce 500 products effectively. That means without having any defect or any you can say look without having any defect or you can say any problem. So that is effectively. So this is all about the regarding management. Okay. So then obviously management is an executive function. An executive function which directs human efforts. Directs human efforts, common goals of an organization. Common goals of an organization. Okay. So this is the basic definition and overview of the management. And also we will see what are the this characteristics of management. So whatever the management is there in any industry, they should possess some characteristics to run the industry smoothly and effectively. So what are those characteristics? Let us see one by one. Okay. First characteristic is management should coordinate all the people in an organization for achieving the desired goals. So first characteristic of the management says that it should coordinate all the people. It should coordinate all the people in an organization for achieving the desired goals. That means management should ensure that there should be a coordination among the all technicians, all employees, all officers and all categories of employees. There should be a strong and sound coordination for achieving their goals. This is the what we can say, this is the first characteristics of management. Okay. And if you go for the, we have 5 to 6 characteristics of management. This is the first characteristics of management. If you go for the second characteristics management, it should utilize, management should utilize all the available resources and secure the maximum result. Here, the management has, what it has to do is, it has to utilize all the available resources and secure maximum result. So by making use of all the available resources like men, machine, materials, by securing all these resources, by utilizing all these resources, so that it ensures that maximum result can be achieved. Okay, this is about the second characteristics of the management. So if you go for the third characteristics, if you look at the third characteristic, management should distribute the work among the workers based on their skill and effort. Based on their skill and effort. So here what I mean to say is, management has to allocate the work to the technicians based on the skill and effort. Suppose a technician is very good at performing welding and you are assigned with a forging work. Just imagine what will happen in the industry. Whereas the technician is meant for welding, management has assigned the forging work. And then automatically what will happen? The production rates, output of the industry will automatically goes down. So the third characteristic says that based on his skill is good at welding, so that only welding job can be assigned to him. So this is regarding the third characteristics of management. If you go for the fourth characteristics of management should accept and encourage any new ideas from the personnel of the industry that may result in better production. Okay, this is the fourth characteristic of management. It says that management should accept and encourage any new ideas from the personnel means employees of the industry that may result in the better production. That means if at all any technician comes up with a new innovative idea, so that by his approach the machining time will be reduced or some other lead time will be reduced. If that way in any technician comes with a creative idea, Management is supposed to encourage him and adapt his ideas so that better production will take place. Okay, that is the fourth characteristic of management. If you go for the fifth characteristics of management, management should motivate. Management should motivate the technicians and provide training for the workers to improve their skills. Suppose if an industry is consisting of 5,000 employees, out of those 5,000 employees, let us assume that there will be 4,000 workers or technicians are there who are directly involved in the production activities. Who are directly involved in the production activities. So in that case, what we will do? In that case, we have to, management has to suppose out of those 4,000 people, let us say some 100 technicians are suffering with some problems, like some technicians may not have the proper house, or some other technicians may not educate their children in a good college or educational institution, or some other technicians are having financial problems to run the house. Keeping view all these problems of technicians, management has to grab the problems of the technicians and they will give the motivation. Management has to give the motivation to the technicians or workers. Thereby, they have to, management has to assure that okay, we are here to solve your problems, and whoever needs training for improving their skills, that also should be provided by the management. Okay, this is the fifth characteristic of management. If you go for the sixth characteristic of management, it should have better inspection over the workers for their output. So management should have an eye over the technicians. Management should always kept an eye. Management should always keep an eye over the technicians. Okay, for the better outcome of the technicians. That is the one more characteristics of management. And the final characteristic of management is that management should look after whether the target production has been achieved as per market demand. Okay, overall, in any industry, if you take, for any industry, there will be a annual target production. For any manufacturing industry, there will be a annual target production. So this should be ensured by the management as per the market conditions. Okay, as per the market demand. So if the market demand is 1,000 components per year, whether these 1,000 components are being produced or not, that should be look after. That should be look after by the management. Okay. So these are all the characteristics of management. So these characteristics are very important to run the any industry into profits without any apprehensions among the workers of the industry or among the technicians of the industry. Okay, this is all about the characteristics of management. Then we will switch over to levels of management. Levels of management. Okay. So management, as you know, it is basically a work extraction division, and obviously it has got three levels of management. The first level of management is top level management. Second one is middle level management. Third one is lower level management. So these are the levels of management. Okay. So let us see all these three levels of management one by one exclusively, what is there in each level of management. If you take top management, top management includes board of directors, managing directors, chief executives, general managers, owners, shareholders, and financiers. Okay. So this is all the core group of top management. Then we will see what are the functions of. Then we will see what are the functions of top level management. Okay. So functions of top level management. The main function is to determine basic goals and objectives. That means whatever the industry that is there, basic goals are to be determined and objectives are also to be determined by the top management. Okay. This is the first function of top management. And second function of top management is to establish the policies. So top management always will frame the policies, and these policies are being followed by the lower level management and mid level management. Okay. as in the case of, for example, if you take our higher education, they will frame some policies for higher education at the ministry level, and they will be followed at the institution level. Okay, that is the best example you can say. The third function of management, top management, is to design the organization system. That means how the organization should be there. That should be designed by the top management. So next function of management is to look after the performance of the organization. Once you design the organization system, then you have to look after the performance of the organization. So if you are designed an organization system in which some 20 officers are there, out of 20 officers, one is general manager, two additional general managers, and three joint general managers, four deputy general managers. Okay, like that, and five works managers, and seven assistant works managers, eight junior managers. Like that, these are the officers. They will design, top management will design the organization system, and remaining only these 20 to 25 are the officers. Remaining all other employees are technicians, maybe 1,000 technicians. So if you design the organization system like this by the top management, then you will have to look after the performance of this organization system. Performance of what? Performance of general manager, performance of all the officers, and also performance of all the technicians. Okay, that is the one more main function of the top management. So then another function of top management is to control the financial responsibilities. Financial responsibilities should be controlled by top management. So if you take any industry for manufacturing any component, it will involve money. So this financial control should be kept with the top management. In other words, financial control responsibility should be taken by the top management. So these are all the functions of top management. Again, we studied that there are three levels of management, that is the top management, middle management, and lower management. Up to now we discussed about the top level management and various functions of the top level management. Now we will switch over to middle level management. So middle level management includes branch managers. These branch managers will act as production managers, and marketing managers, financial managers, sales managers, etc. Okay, these are responsible these are responsible for top management. These are responsible for top management and have control over the lower management. What I mean to say is these branch managers, sales managers, and financial managers, etc. They production managers. All these managers are to re, all these managers are all these managers should report to the top level management, and also they will control the lower level management. So this is the middle level. This is all about the middle level management. That means middle level management has to report to the top level management, and also middle level management will have the control over the lower level management. Okay. So this is the basic concept of middle level management, and who are involved in it also we discussed. So again, coming back to the main functions of middle level management, there are 4 to 5 main functions of middle level management. Let us see one by one in detail. The first main function of middle level management is interpreting the policies framed by the top management. See, top management at the level of board of governors, they will frame some policies. So those policies should be interpreted. That means those policies should be well understood, and they will be written in simple understandable form. Okay, this should be the first function of the middle level management. And another function of middle management is selection of staff selection of staff for lower level management. So here lower level management, almost all are technicians. So for producing our required demanded target, annual demand target, how many technicians are required? Okay, this should be looked after. This should be looked after. This should be looked after. This should be looked after by the middle management. That means selection of staff for lower management, and the technicians recruitment, and all other storekeeper recruitment, etc. should be done by the middle management. Okay. So that is the second function of the middle management. Third function of the middle management is assigning duties to their subordinates. So here middle management like production managers, they will assign the duties for the technicians who are under working directly under them. That is the third function, assigning duties. Fourth function is to achieve coordination between different parts of the organization. To achieve coordination between different parts of the organization. That means here middle level management, they have to ensure that there should be a strong coordination between the different parts of the organization. Different parts of the organization means at the lower level we have so many sections like tool room, production, assembly, um, forging, casting, and all the sections, all the various sections. Out of all these sections, 1,000 or 2,000 employees are working. This middle management has to ensure that there should be a strong coordination between them, among them. This is also one of the main function of the middle management. So, so these are the main functions of middle level management. So final function of management, middle level management, is to conduct training for employee development. So frequently these middle management people, they have to conduct the training for the employee development. That means frequently these technicians are to be sent to the training in those areas who are working. Okay, a welder or a machinist is supposed to be undergo machining training in a well organized industry once in a 6 months, or as needed by the, you can say, as needed by the industry. So like this is also a main function of the middle level management. Okay, so in this way, if you look at, these are all the functions of these are all the functions of management, middle management. Okay, before giving a conclusion note for today's class, let us remind what we have discussed in today's class. Okay, so we started a fresh subject that is known as industrial management and entrepreneurship. In that subject we have one chapter called principles and functions of management. Okay, in this chapter we have various terminology that we discussed. And what are the terminology that we discussed? Mainly, what is industry, what is the basic definition of industry, and also what is commerce, what is the function of commerce, and also what is trade, what is trade, types of trades. These are discussed exclusively in the chapter called Principles and Functions of Management. Okay. Then we have a discussion about the word called management. So that is the definition of management is discussed, and also characteristics of management. 5 to 6 characteristics of management were also being discussed today. Then we also discussed that these characteristics of management are playing vital role in achieving good results for any industry. Okay. Then after that we switched over to levels of management. So in levels of management we discussed 3 levels of management: top level management, middle level management, and lower level management. In each level of management, for example, top level management consisting of whom, that also will be that also has been discussed. And what are the main functions of top management, that also has been discussed. Middle management. In middle management, who will be present in the middle management, that has been explained. And also the main functions of middle management has also been exclusively studied. And also in today's class we discussed about the lower management. Sorry, lower management in today's class we did not discuss. We discussed up to middle management only. So out of 3 levels of management, top level management, middle management, and lower management, we discussed only top management and middle management. Okay. So the various functions of top management and middle management also we discussed. So with this I am going to close the session today. Okay, thank you.